cut that short at the end?
No, I think that just happened automatically. Did this program update?
I don't know. It was weird,
Oh.
awkward. But you know what?
Well, it was better because it actually meant we improved in something. Right?
Yeah. But you know what was not awkward was the wild card weekend of football.
Oh, well, it probably is for the Chargers, but for difficult reasons.
Yeah, the Chargers sucked ass. They blew a 27-point lead. Welcome everyone to the Dumpster Fire. We're gonna have a giant show tonight. Pun intended. Yeah, they're saying your mic kind of sounds like ass, Tree.
Huh. Oh, okay. I see why. Okay. I gotcha.
Oh, you're in the computer mic? Doesn't sound like you're on a good mic. Anyways, there you go. Oh, now you're cutting out. All right, this show is called The Dumpster Fire.
There we go. We're good.
Because, yep. I'm surprised sometimes, Tree, that you can like dress yourself.
I really don't. Actually, because I tried dressing myself once and I forgot to wear pants one time. So it's how it is.
I mean, I'm with it. I'm not always a pants wearer. Hey, look. There was games this weekend and a lot of things happened, and we'll go through each and every individual game. But first, we got to bring in.
It's time to do your victory lap.
Yep. Oh boy. Did Sam cut out?
I'm right here.
Oh, there he is.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Sam, how did you get this late? I don't know what's going on. Like a Giants. I talk about the Giants, and a Giants fan just pops into the stream.
Sure.
How did that?
It's gonna be nothing but Giants.
I just think like you just hear the word Giants victory. I mean, the NFL. I mean, guys, the Giants are coming right here. I got my Andrew Thomas jersey on. Respect to the line.
Yes, let's
didn't
go,
this guy
baby.
hate Andrew Thomas over here.
So where'd you watch the game on Sunday?
I was not at the game.
Okay.
I was at college, so I got to Rowan University. So I was watching in the lounge, and I was going crazy when they won. I will send you the video privately on Twitter. I'll probably post it on Twitter anyway later tonight.
Right.
It's me running around the hallway like a maniac.
I'm surprised by that, Sam. I am completely shocked that you, the Super Giants fan that you are, would be running around like a maniac.
Oh, of course.
Like that seems so out of character for you.
I will be at the game this weekend in Philly.
Oh, what?
Yes, I will be working that game.
Nice.
But if they win, go to San Fran, there's a serious chance I may have to just bite the bullet and say I'm flying to San Francisco for the game.
Okay. Possibility right there. I'm like right now, like I don't know.
If they beat Philly, would you go?
I'm thinking about. Well, I've got a lot of stuff to do this weekend, but I'm thinking. I mean, like you're talking to get a ticket. It's going to probably be what 1,500, 2 G.
That's a low. It's the play. That's
right.
The
right. And then you got to fly out there, and then you got to get an Airbnb or a hotel in California. I mean, it'd be pretty costly. I might stream the game though.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But let's just focus on this week. Well, let's not talk about this next.
Right. That's what I want to say. Like, all right, it's Tuesday, right? We had yesterday to kind of soak it all in, right? But I think as soon as the sun set yesterday, today is about business. Like they got to get ready. They got a game against the Eagles, and it's going to be a tough game against the Eagles. Like like we'll preview it. I mean, as more and more people come in, but it's going to be a tough game. But the thing I really like is the Giants are playing their best football of the year now. So if they're going to have a chance, then this is the chance, right? Like you wouldn't want this to be the week, 14 when we were banged up and Adoree Jackson wasn't even out there. But Sam's frozen. Damn, Sam. All right, let's read
It
some
throws like
supers.
the Vikings defense when
Yeah.
trying to cover Saquon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your internet's like cutting in and out.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi in my dorm just decides to go in and out. But look, the Giants when they beat when they narrowly lost to the Eagles, it was a one-score game at the end, and that's what all the Giants backups said. That's gonna give them some motivation. Say, okay, we can do this.
Yeah. I mean, it's eerily similar to the 2007 team where we barely lost to the Patriots, and that gave us hope in heading into the playoffs, and they went on a run. But I'm not gonna get too excited right now. Like I said, we have to temper our expectations, but Sunday was amazing. Sunday was amazing. Let's read some super chats here. Green Draco 313. What Dable has done with lesser talent with Gettleman's players. What if he was coach of the Broncos, Chargers, or hell, even the Raiders? I think Dable is such a good coach that no matter what situation that he stepped in, I mean, clearly he's done more with this roster than anyone else has.
Imagine if you had Joe Judge as your head coach still.
Trey, won't even talk about Joe Judge.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to rub it in all the time. I did this for 5 straight years, just railing on this dude and his Giants and his false hope. And I don't know how to feel about this optimistic 5. I don't know how to feel about it. So I'm scared.
I can get a little insufferable, brother.
Like, trust me. Are you going to be Scooter insufferable, or are you going to be more like a Brandon Perna acquiring Russell Wilson insufferable?
This is funny. They're saying Sam's
he'll be
frame
Scooter
is funny.
probably.
Oh God, we don't need another.
I will never be like that. Like even when the last time the Giants won the Super Bowl, like I was just like,
if they win the Super Bowl, it's like on to Philadelphia, then whoever's next. Like if that would happen.
I'm not a big shit because I know that
if you win the championship, I think you have the right to rub it in.
You do, but like I'm not like a text you after the game like
I'm like when I see you in person.
No, well, yeah, it's like that, but I just know how devastating it is to lose. So I think it's even more like hurtful to not say anything. It's like, here, go wallow in your pain. And I know that you're angry, so I'm not gonna rub it in further because it's already salty. It's already salty. Connor Akers says, "Have you seen trailers for 80 for Brady?" Yes, and it looks awful. It looks terrible. I think we might have to punish Perna with that on clickbait. That's what I'm thinking right there. Sam, you finally unfroze there. You got to go to your 5G on your phone.
I think it's better on my computer right now. I'm on a hotspot on my computer now.
Okay. All right. Now you're still under a delay. Now I do want to talk. All right. So Sam, you go out, you're at the draft, you meet Kayvon, right? You probably got a great vibe from him there. We haven't talked since then.
We talked with Tree, Scooter, Brandon, everyone.
Yeah. You were on clickbait. That's right. Yeah, that's where I first met you. So let's see, you were on Good Morning Football, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
What else have you done since? Like you've been on a lot of stuff since the draft.
Since the draft, I've been on the Fan, NFL Network twice.
Nice.
ESPN did a Make-A-Wish, My Wish on me. NFL Network did a NFL 360 feature on me. WFAN, as I said, just a lot of local news stuff and a lot of stuff with the Giants. And of course, Big Sports.
Right. Yeah, dude, you've been killing it. I'm happy for you. Like every time I see you doing something big, like I'm just like, there's Sam. Like I know you're such a good kid and that you're loving every second of it. And I'm so appreciative to know you and be a fellow Giants fan and friend with you. So I'm glad that you're here. Spartan win 5. Don't let the Giants win distract you from the fact that Chargers blew a 27-point lead. All right.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, the Chargers, they're gonna charge you. They're gonna choke every single time they have the lead. You had Phillip Rivers, LT, and all those guys back in in the early 2000s, late 2000s, early 2010s, and you just didn't win a ring. You're not going to win a ring with Justin Herbert as long as Brandon Staley is still the head coach.
Yeah,
But-
and go ahead, Tree.
I mean, they should have fired him the moment that game ended because he's been escaping his own incompetence all year. I'm going to say that outright. And I've been saying it.
Well, there were reports that Brian Dable almost got the Chargers job. They interviewed him, but they chose Staley over Dable.
Mm-hmm. They interviewed Andy Reid over Mike McCoy. They chose McCoy over Andy Reid.
God.
Think about how good that Chargers team would have been this year with Brian Dable.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the Chargers roster, it's so much better than
Every other roster league.
Yeah, and they've added pieces. They have weapons, and then Staley goes out. He gets Mike Williams hurt, or
Mike Williams and Bosa got banged up too.
And Bosa got banged up. Then the complete mismanagement of that game. Like, it's so.
Why don't you at least run the ball a little more in the second half?
It's Lombardi's offense. Joe Lombardi has been doing that all year. Curl routes and check downs to Austin.
It was like Kirk Cousins' fourth quarter last game against the Bucks.
So Lombardi was fired.
Yeah, but they should have gone further than that. But that's a token sacrifice.
They should have fired their whole front office too.
Yeah,
it really should, because you don't recover from that kind of loss. Ask the Falcons and Texans how that went.
There are reports. I was looking from like some Chargers reporters today on Twitter, see if Staley's gonna get fired. The players love him. I don't know if you could fire your coach if the players absolutely adore him.
The problem is, like, if it doesn't matter how good you are, if you can't perform, you got to go, dude.
Yeah, the thing is like, he sounds great in the sound bites, right? Like, when they ask him questions, he always gives a very articulate, well thought of response. He knows football. He knows numbers and analytics. I just don't think he knows the in-game levers to pull correctly. And I don't think that he knows how to separate the numbers from what's happening on the field. Like, he tries. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, dude.
No. He tries to coach in an unemotional way. Yeah, look, but football is an emotional game. You gotta
look. I'm a big analytical guy. I think analytics are huge in sports, but you also gotta take it in the game. What's going on in the game? Run the ball. Waste clock. You have a lead. Why are you throwing so many? Just Herbert threw the ball over 60 times. 60 times in that game. How do you not run the ball or at least do short check down passes to Austin Eckler?
Yeah, and that's been their offense the whole year, and then they just start they really misunderstood the situation that they were in, and they completely mismanaged it. I think the worst thing that could happen to them, though, was giving up that touchdown right before half and making it a 20-point game. If they go into half at 27-0, a lot of things probably change. But they figured, we got to get at least 2 more scores to win this game because Jacksonville has a good offense, and they were wrong. They just needed to knuckle down on defense and run the ball. Yeah. Jacob Tobin says, good game, Adam. Kirk played great, but people will remember that bad play. Also, Ed Donatel needs to download Duolingo.
Yeah. You want me to say a comparison to how Kirk Cousins' game's going to go? Bill Buckner. Because here's the thing. Kirk Cousins had a good game if you look at the stat line. Hit that team defense for the Vikings was horrible. They couldn't stop Daniel Jones or Saquon worth a damn. But the problem is, when you look at it from a common, fan's perspective, what are you going to pay attention to? Check down on a 4th and 8 that doesn't get anywhere near the sticks. That's going to be his legacy in Minnesota.
Yeah, the thing is like, the Giants really changed their defensive packages and their pressure packages in the fourth quarter. So what they were allowing earlier in the game, Wink Martindale was like, we're clamping down that shit. And that's the thing is, there was pressure in Cousins' face on that play. He had no choice. I get it. You want to go out on your sword. If you're gonna die on a hill, make it be the Justin Jefferson hill. Just throw it down there and hope that he catches it. But he didn't have the chance. He didn't even have the opportunity. He throws that up. It's a pick.
You have 3 long developing routes, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, it was 4th and 8, and they knew pressure was coming. The Giants.
But they still couldn't block it.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you have Sexy Dexy coming in through the
Sexy
three
dude.
tech.
How do you? Okay, Justice Jefferson was targeted 9 times that game. How do you not target him in the fourth quarter at least once? That's what I don't get.
Either locked down or they wanted the element of surprise.
I would love to
to
go back and look at the all 22. I'm sure they were doubling him, but the Giants, when you go and look at like the next gen, the play art, they were sticky. Like even in single coverage, they were underneath. Like they must have known what was coming. They learned really well from the first game, and they were sticky, and they were winning the one-on-one battles. Like even on that, the last play, the Giants still had another safety, another free roaming safety to come down on Hawkinson. Anyways, like they were fine because their one-on-one coverage was just like glue. So I don't know, man. Like the one thing that you've seen, Sam, you watch this team all year. When the fourth quarter comes around, this defense locks it down. They put the screws in, and this is a feeling we haven't had in years, have we?
This is the exact opposite. That type of game under Joe Judge, we would have lost. Those high-scoring, fun games, they would have found a way to get that fourth down and then get to overtime and then win the coin toss and then get a touchdown.
Yep.
Red Rhino. Going like there was a game, the Tennessee game earlier this year, game 1. I wasn't for sure they were going to lose on the last drive because I'm like, this is Giants all over again. We get a lead. There's a minute left. We're going to lose. It's the same thing. It just doesn't matter. But there's just something different in this building with Joe Shannon, Brian Daboll.
Yeah, it's the vibe. The players believe in themselves and they've bought into the system and they see what's going on. Especially, when you have a coach that's just a fucking idiot, pardon my French, like you're not going to respond. Like whenever you roll your eyes at something somebody says, you're just like, ugh, how am I supposed to believe you when you don't even know what you're talking about? So that just translates onto the football field.
The players didn't want to play for Dave Gettleman. Landon Collins came out and said, I didn't want to play here if Dave Gettleman was here.
Wow. All right, let's get through some more supers here. Red Rhino 49. Those poor people that bet the over yesterday. Actually, I hammered the over in the which game did I forget which
Giants
one.
game?
No, I never bet on the Giants. You can't do that. That's just stupid. You can't.
Sure, you bet on the Steelers?
I bet on them in week 18. I mean, you figured that was a slam dunk. That in Baltimore. I bet on both those games. Money line, nothing too serious. Just like maybe a couple bucks.
Which game was it?
I can't bet under 21, but if I would, I'd go over under points and props.
Well, we got a 50. Time to bring
out
the
50.
Jeebus.
Bust out the Jeebus.
Hello.
Bust her out. Thank you. Boop the Jesus. Read that.
Yep. Happy birthday, Tree. Loved your Ravens video. Yep,
oh, did you just turn your birth? Did you just have?
Yeah,
a birthday?
it is the day of my birth. It is. Also,
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, man! All right,
yeah. It's just another day to me. I just ran errands and I'm editing another quick vid, so it's nothing crazy. Cake, huh? Dude. I've eaten like 50 cakes in my lifetime. I think I'm okay.
If Sam wasn't here, I'd serve you some cake.
Okay. Oh, you'd serve me more than cake.
Yeah,
buddy.
I'd serve you some cake.
Sick
All right. That one guy, I salute the Giants. They came to play, and I congratulate you on the win. You have earned my respect. I hope it's you or San Francisco for the NFC. I would be rooting for my AFC team, the Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs have a good shot. I think the Bills are going to be tough.
Problem is with the Chiefs is their secondary's a mess. They've been having a lot of issues, especially in high-scoring games.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing that holds them back.
Justin Morgan says, imagine having 2 running backs chomping up yards and being afraid to use them on the 2-yard line. That's the Greg Roman experience. Yeah, Greg Roman. Is he fired
How
yet?
is Greg Roman not fired?
Greg Roman is not fired yet. I don't know. I mean, there are a bunch of people you could argue could be fired, but I mean, you figure Greg Roman's time is up. I'd argue Harbaugh's time's up, too.
I would argue that whole coaching staff is up, too.
Like,
why would you get rid of
offensive
Harbaugh,
play calling is the reason why you lost in the first place. You have J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and you don't use either of them on a second and goal.
Why would you get rid of Harbaugh though?
I think he's a good coach. I think he's past his expiration date. And with the way like a lot of skill position players have come out and complained about how the team's run, I think the team's about to mutiny.
They are one of the most successful organizations in the NFL since Harbaugh took over as coach. Like,
should it be?
Once again, they've been a lot of pain over the last like decade. Same as the Steelers. Like they're in the same boat. It's like you're caught in tradition, but at the same time, you haven't really been able to jump to that next echelon. You've had golden opportunities that you've blown. It's the same parallel.
Like with Mike Tomlin, great head coach, but is his time over? I don't think his time's over in Pittsburgh.
I mean, you can argue like with his playoff failures, but at the same time, they are never firing Tomlin, just the way they are.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. But Baltimore, are the two longest tenured coaches got to be Harbaugh and Tomlin, right?
Belichick.
Okay, the three. And those are three Super Bowl Harbaugh's only won one.
Harbaugh's won one and Tomlin's only won one.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Tomlin's
still won a ring at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's been to two. And then Belichick, who has 6. So, like, if you're going to say the top 3 coaches in the NFL right now, and then maybe Andy Reid is in that conversation, but Harbaugh is right there. He's right there. So, I don't know. At the same time,
once again, Eagles fired Andy Reid, and he was there for 15 years.
Yeah, that was a dumb move.
It was a mutual decision. Remember, Philly fell off hard, and it was like a mutual decision. It's like, look, it's not working out for either of us. Let's go our separate ways. And it took them a bit for Philly to get to that point, but they won a ring, so I think they're doing okay.
They won a ring. At the end of the day, you're right.
They have a chance of winning another ring.
Joey,
in my Super Bowl prediction, I said Eagles over Chiefs.
Okay. Let's hope that does not come true.
I will be so pissed that happens.
I was mad that the Bucks couldn't even play. All right. Joey Overstreet says, "Yo, boys, you'll never believe what happened. I bet $10 that the Bagels defense would score a TD, and I won $250 because of that play." Nice. Thank you, Sam Hubbard. That was nice. That was the game right there. Mm-hmm. And that one guy, nothing better than watching NFL playoffs after having your appendix removed. Oh, here's to another exciting playoff weekend. Wow. Hey, quick recovery, buddy. That sucks. All right, let's go through the games. Why not? Let's just transition to that. 49ers absolutely shit rammed the Seahawks. It was, I remember I took the Seahawks at plus 9.5 thinking that I stole money, and the 49ers just second half stomped them.
If that game were only 3 quarters, you would have covered. They held in there for a hot minute and then just collapsed.
Then it was over. Yeah.
I mean, I'll give them credit for putting effort in, but they were just overmatched.
You got to wonder, like, how far can this team go? Like, I was like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy looked pretty darn good.
He was looking iffy in the first half, but he managed to manage it in the second. But he was missing some throws early on. I know, even my brother was mentioning it because I was at my mom's house for dinner. But he just mistimed a lot of throws. He had a couple accidental near picks that he nearly threw as well. So I thought he had a good game in the second half, but he needs to streamline it a little bit.
Yeah, and I think but he got the job done. I mean, they pretty much doubled up their score. Yeah. And when you have a defense like that and you're going to get that many opportunities, you're gonna eventually suss it out. If he wasn't effective, these would be closer games, but they're freaking good. What'd you see, Sam, in that game?
I watched that game. I was like, the first half, I'm like, Steelers pull an upset here? But I mean, Brock Purdy, look, any quarterback in that system can succeed. No disrespect to Brock Purdy. You have the best all-around roster in football and 2 of the best skill positions players in football in Deebo Samuel and CMC. Look, Brock Purdy is not just your system quarterback. I do believe Brock Purdy is a franchise quarterback. Mystery relevant.
Wow.
For them. But you know what? I think they're going to beat Dallas this weekend. I think, Dallas goes on these weird games, weird 1 game or 2 game streaks where they're like this super team, score 30-plus points. Dak Prescott looks like a top 10 quarterback. And the next game, he'll look like a bottom 10 quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Dak looked really good yesterday too. We'll get to that game, but I just think that any quarter, if Trey Lance was going to be okay, if Jimmy G and his non-mobility and sort of mediocre arm has succeeded in this system, like I think Brock Purdy is going to be just fine, and they're going to make a deep run for sure. And they have a good matchup against the Cowboys, a very beatable matchup there. I just can't believe that these are the final 4 teams in the NFC. Like, Isaac Foot, when somebody buys merch from the Chargers Vikings online, the song "Loser" by Beck should play to warn people what they're getting. Spanky G, yee, it's Spanky G. And my favorite part of the Jags Charger game was when the Chargers said it's losing time
and lost all over
the field. Truly one of the playoff games of all time. Yes, one of the playoff games. Christopher Brickner, 2022 Broncos are like the Russian army, hyped up as an elite powerhouse to rival the best, but revealed as poorly trained, low morale frauds led by incompetent leaders and suffered humiliating defeats all year long.
See that, either that or the Iraqi Royal Guard back in the Gulf War.
Oh yeah, the Republican Guard.
Yeah, the Republican Guard. And remember they were talking about them. It's like, oh, these guys are going to crush everyone, and then just get like wrecked.
That did
wrecked.
All right, we got 500 viewers.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right,
let's go. Even for a Giants Homer stream, let's go. Red Rubber Duck Gwyn, happy birthday, Tree. Have some beer money, guys. Does your prediction still hold true in the Elite Eight? No, I don't think so. Hold on, let me call up the prediction sheet.
I'm trying to think.
Let's call up.
You mean like last week's prediction sheet or the season prediction sheet?
No, the season.
Dude, season prediction sheet. Like I'm probably way off.
Here it is, 2023.
Dude, I had Denver winning the AFC West.
Let's see.
Colts were gonna go far.
I had the Patriots at wild card 1, Raiders and Colts.
Oh, the Raiders?
These are my playoff teams. This is how awful my playoff teams are. I had the Bills, Titans, Ravens, Chiefs. So,
Titans you could at least predict. You couldn't have predicted.
And then my wild cards were the Patriots, Raiders, and the Colts. I still have the Bills alive in the AFC Championship. And then my NFC Championship team was the Packers.
Well,
I'm so bad.
You couldn't predict that the Packers were going to bomb like this.
Tree, you had Bills, Rams. You had the Rams going back to the Super Bowl.
I thought they were going to be okay.
Nah, the hangover is coming.
Uche also had the Rams. Uche had Chargers, Rams, so he's already out.
Oof.
And then Fitzy had Bills and Tampa Bay by way of bull crap.
My original, before the season started, my Super Bowl prediction was Bucks over Bills, and Brady was out on top. Well, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be a Raider next year, and we'll have to deal with it all over again this year.
You know he's going to win Super Bowl with another team.
Of course. He's leaving Tampa Bay. I mean, if you think about it, he lost a lot of money in FTX, so I think he wants to recoup some of that back.
Yeah, I mean, he got divorced. I mean, he's going for another team. Like, I don't know if it's going to be the Raiders or who else, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back, if he says, I want to stay in Florida. I love Florida. I want to play for the Dolphins.
How stupid you got to be to put all your money in Bitcoin, though?
Well, it depends. I mean, remember, people ride the high, and there's always that FOMO, fear of missing out. And by the time it hit like 30,000, I'm like, I ain't touching this.
Yeah, you knew.
But it's like the time to do it was 10 years ago, when it was at like maybe like a couple hundred a coin, and then cash out at like 40, 50.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we didn't know that, and it is what it is.
Yep. Isaac Foot, let's face it, the lyrics soy un perdedor. Perdedor. I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Reps those teams perfectly. You're switching it up with Spanish, Isaac. I mean, I took 4 years of Spanish. I'm not going to be able to just
no, it is how it is. It's a soy un perdedor. I'm a loser, baby. So
there's a Spanish version of loser.
No, that's actually the lyrics.
Oh, those
are the lyrics. Well, because
Those
it's like
are
it's
the
always like in
lyrics.
those really slow lyrics. Remember?
Yeah, and I always thought he was just saying. I thought it was some nonsense that he was singing. I never thought. I never thought
Nonsense.
he was actually speaking Spanish.
Let's
To
take that
this
out of
day.
context and get him canceled. Let's go.
I never knew that those were the actual lyrics. So un perdedor. I always thought he'd be like. I always thought he was like so unnatural. That's what I thought he was saying. Like
I mean, you
I thought he
kind of
was
think
saying
that in the
so
beginning.
unnatural. Dude, for years I thought that's the song "Start Me Up," by Rolling Stones. I thought he was saying "Pastrami." I thought he was. I was like, why does this guy love pastrami so much? He made a
We got
whole
another
song
fitting one.
about it.
Pastrami, yo, bopping Jesus never stops.
So if you get me my pastrami, dude. So like, I'll tell this quick story. Read that 50, and then I'll
Definitely.
I'll-
From Justin
yeah.
Ziegler, happy birthday, Tree. Least you can enjoy this to whatever your heart desires. Fives enjoyed your vids this week, but this week I cannot support you as it is Giants week. Go Birds. Keep up the great week, gentlemen. Who do you want your team to draft?
We're already talking about drafting already.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
for
it's
the
too early,
losers
man.
out
It's
there.
too early. Look, I'm the biggest fan of draft, but you gotta let your team ride out the playoffs till you think about drafting.
Right.
Not until
Here's
the offseason,
what you want.
brother.
Here's what I want. I'll tell you what I want to draft. I want to
I'll
draft
tell you what I want
the
to.
32nd. I want the 32nd overall pick. That's what I want to draft.
No, that's impossible because the Steelers have the 32nd overall pick. You want 31st.
Oh,
I want
31st.
the 31st overall pick, and I want whoever you announce that pick would say the defending Super Bowl champion,
Yeah.
New York Football Giants.
Maybe
Select.
they'll let you do it again. Maybe they'll bring you back.
No, they're going to bring in
Hey,
5. And
I'm glad to do it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. I got to tell this other story. So when I lived in Panama, my friend Lauren, her little sister thought that Ice Baby was rice pilaf. And so she would just go around going rice pilaf. I'm like, that's a very good dish, but that's not the lyrics. So anyways, Alan Nadeau wish to be the New York Giants ousting Brady in the NFC Championship game, but alas, super happy for you 5 for the chaos. Jags versus Giants in the Super Bowl, or Bills versus Giants.
I just want to get to the Super Bowl, and then I'll think about the matchup.
I just want to win next week. That's all I'm focused on is the Eagles.
Yes.
The
Philly, and then
opportunity
next
is
week.
here.
Yeah.
1 week at a time.
I'm
Right.
going to be honest. I'm rooting for the Giants because fuck the Eagles.
Yeah. If there's a team
In-state
that you-
rivalry.
Sam,
Fuck the
when you look at the NFC East, like what's your order of hate towards the other team?
Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. If I have to watch an NFC championship between the Eagles and Cowboys, is
Oh, Lord.
my worst nightmare.
Now that's
People
why we
are
gotta
Scooter's never going to shut up if
we
that
have to
happens.
prevent it. We have
Scooter,
to do
so
our
Scooter
best.
and I did a live stream on my channel, and Scooter says to me, Daniel Jones is a bum, not a franchise quarterback. He is, you know how he gets. He's like,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, no way. He's like, we're going 14-3 or 15-2, some ridiculous thing. I was ready to text him last night. I was like, after they lost, I'm like, hey, buddy, remember when you said the Giants were not going to win or something like that?
He doesn't remember. He
Yeah.
doesn't remember
Well,
that
if
stuff.
the Giants beat, I will guarantee that the Cowboys beat the Giants every time we beat. I was ready to clip that and post it on social media if the Giants.
Yeah, but with Scooter, you have to take everything he says with a grain of salt.
I love Scooter though.
I love Scooter too. Like, I mean, he's one of my better friends, but it's just he's that friend that where you're just like, Scooter, I know what you're doing. I get it. You're trying to get under my skin. You're trying to agitate me here. This is what he does. Like he treats his life like he's playing basketball and he's talking crap out on the court. Like, because he knows there's no consequence to him making these bold predictions. What? He's going to end up on Old Takes Exposed for the 90,000th time?
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Of course.
After
I mean, he's
you
got to do
break
something
that-
special. Like, if you remember, even like the guy who runs Old Take Exposed, it's like he's off limits because it just gets so ridiculous.
Yeah, Fred.
We can make an awesome Cowboy fan video after they lose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
But
I
sure.
remember the Thursday after they lost to the Niners last year on that sneak. That was beautiful. I just went in on him because he
Oh
was
my
talking
God.
all this smack
Uh-huh.
before the year, and I
He's
just
gonna
went
be-
in.
He's gonna be insufferable on Thursday.
Yeah,
though.
that's why I was. That's the only reason why I was hoping they'd lose.
Yeah.
See, I have a very good friend who's a Cowboys fan. I say to him, you know I don't wipe it into your face or anything about the Giants, Cowboys in the year. I just wait for that playoff meltdown. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. If they beat the Niners, I'm gonna have to root, and the Eagles beat the Giants, I'm gonna have to root for them to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh no, you do not want the Cowboys in a Super Bowl.
I can't take the
No.
Eagles. I hate the Eagles more.
No. I think you know what? Yeah, I don't know. That's a nightmare.
See,
I don't want to
in
think
my
about it.
lifetime,
Don't think about it, and it won't happen.
Cowboys won it all.
Don't think about it, and maybe it won't.
I think
happen.
we're gonna have to kick off Scooter from the show just for our sanity.
Yeah. Jared Oberfeld, Greg Roman is Diet Matt Canada, and Lamar's Mike Vick 2.0. Exciting to watch, but nowhere near a Super Bowl quarterback. All right, let's look at this next game. Jaguars Chargers. Jaguars got down early, 27-0. Our buddy, our late friend Uche, was swooped in from above and said, "Not gonna happen, boys." Something he did, he either gave them a spiritual pep talk from the heavens, and they got it together. And the real thing is a couple of those picks in the first half were not Lawrence's fault. A couple were, don't get me wrong, but they settled down. And Doug Peterson was brilliant in the second half. Whatever he said to them, whatever he got them to calm down, and just how do you eat an elephant, right? You eat it one bite at a time, and they just chipped away. And the next thing you know, they won the game. They led for no time. They did not lead the game at all until 0-0 was on the clock. Great comeback.
Hey,
Great comeback.
it only matters the final score is.
Right. And they played brilliantly in that second half. The one thing that I really was impressed with Peterson was in the 4th and 1, they lined up like they were going to sneak it, and they brought the three backs in the backfield, assuming that they were there to push Lawrence forward, and they ran it outside. Just brilliant. And they knew that they were going to bite. They knew that they were going to bite.
Corner was playing man on the wide receiver tight end, so he wasn't even looking towards the edge.
Yeah. And then next game, real quick, the Bills and the Dolphins. Surprising game here.
Buffalo played
close.
very poorly. Very poorly. They are lucky to be out of there. If Tua plays that game healthy, Miami wins.
Easy.
Yeah. What do you call it? The Dolphins really played well. And the Bills, they got away with one.
Very poorly.
But that's another thing that championship teams can do, is they can still win when they don't have it. And you would expect them to come out emotionally charged and a little bit better than that. But
here's
they
my
still
question
won in
though.
advance.
Why are you having trouble with a supposedly great defense against Skylar Thompson, no Raheem Mostert, and a banged up offensive line? That's my question.
Yeah.
I have that.
Yeah.
That's my concern, especially even if you have a good shot of winning. I mean, Cincy is not going to be as forgiving, even though they had a rough game in their own right.
Both teams played poorly. Both teams. If Lamar Jackson plays that game, the Ravens win that game.
Easy. Yeah. Even though he's not that good in the playoffs, I don't think he dives for the end zone on that third and
Why
goal.
don't you just run it with J.K. Dobbins is my question.
Or Gus Edwards. Because, I mean, Gus ran the first ball, but he was a little short. You're at the 2. I mean, you have 2 great running backs. Tyler Huntley is a solid runner, but he's not a short distance runner.
No.
He is more a speed guy, go between the tackles. He's not somebody who's going to overpower anyone at the line of scrimmage. He's never been that kind of quarterback.
Yeah.
Neither is Lamar.
Yeah, that run back too was very devastating because they set up to dive. It was a quarterback sneak, but also a quarterback dive, and he jumped and exposed the ball.
Yeah.
For what ended up being a scoop and score, and that was bad. bad. It's mistakes like that end up costing you. Maybe not in high school, maybe not in college, but in the NFL, you make a mistake like that, it ends up biting you in the butt, and that's what happened. All right, 50 bomb for Tree. All right, you read.
Goose.
You start reading at Matthew Fournier.
Will do. 5 should do a video on how the NFC East went from tank division to a guaranteed spot in the NFC Championship game so fast.
That's more that's like a current. Maybe after the season, I'll examine that.
Noah Smith, are we getting a video on the World Cup tree?
He keeps asking.
Yeah, I know. Like, I get why. I just haven't had the time to do anything. It just keeps loading back. And I'm doing a vid on the Bucks, just like a random highlight montage of how bad they were this year. So it's going to be like something quick. Ryan Griswold, remember last year during Sports Ball when Tree brought up the Yinzer that passed away because of the Steelers tied to the Lions? It was sad but funny. I don't know if that's bad or not. Also, happy birthday, Steve. Love you. Thanks, Ryan. I appreciate it, bro.
A Pittsburgh fan died because of the Steelers?
No, it was some fake character. It died. Gadzooks for 10. See you Saturday, Baldy.
Oh, he's an Eagles fan. Okay.
Run Goff 248. Kitty goes meow. Go Jags. Sorry, Chargers. We tried to help, but Staley is invincible. Yeah. Spartan win without homerism.
Get fired.
Oh. Well, I think Spanos is too cheap. He's spineless. That's why.
Because this is the perfect moment for the Chargers to say, okay, if we want to win, we got to fire Brandon Staley and bring in Sean Payton.
Not even Sean Payton, anyone.
Sean Payton is his name is getting tossed around like a basketball.
I see him go to Denver.
I think Denver's going to do it. I mean, you trade 2 first-round picks, not like next year's first and the year after. I think that gets it done.
I think you have to do it because you're paying Russell Wilson for the next 4 years.
Yeah. It's up to really what Peyton wants to do. I mean, he took a year off. He's going to go into the situation, I think, where he can win the quickest. It's like a Bill Parcells, how he would come in and fix teams and turn them into contenders. But, Peyton wants to come in and show a quick success and then win, get deep, and then maybe retire again because he's sick of it.
We'll go back to TV.
Yeah. You go back to making terrible Netflix movies.
Starring Kevin James. We'll keep going here while we do the awkward dead air. Triple Spartan win. Without homerism, who do you think wins Coach of the Year? Sam, who do you think?
Daves.
All day. Agree.
All day.
I would say Dable, too. I'm not even being biased. Yeah, I know Peterson's getting some heat, but I would say it's Dable.
Turn a team from 4 wins to a team that's going to appear in the divisional round. I don't get how that's not 4. That's not.
It's either it's just him or Sirianni. It's like, what do you look at the criteria?
It's either him or Peterson.
Right. But the thing with Coach of the Year, it's not like, I guess, it's Coach of the Year. It's like most valuable player. You put a lot of emphasis on value, right? Like, who coached up his team to the best of their ability? I would have to say it's Dable.
It's Dable.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Without any bias, who's comeback player of the year?
Geno Smith.
No. Saquon Barkley.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Or maybe even Christian McCaffrey if you want to be quick.
Yeah. But the thing with Saquon.
I think it would be Saquon or Brandon Graham. Because my problem with Geno, what's he coming back from? Just being mid at best?
He hadn't started a game since what, 2020? Well,
but how is that coming back
2017?
Back from injury?
I mean, his career should be over. Like that. Yeah, he's coming back from the brink of his career being over.
Should get most improved player.
Yeah, I could see that. But the thing with Saquon is like, what? Okay, yes, he's coming back from a pretty bad, mediocre season. But this is where you kind of expect him to be. He's the number 2 overall pick. Like I'm not saying that I'm not grateful.
ACL last year.
What's that?
Brandon Graham also towards ACL last year.
Yeah. Graham, that's a good one too. Okay. But yeah, I just like Geno because it's such a good story.
It's a great story. I just think you're going to comeback player of the year. I think it should come back from injury, personally.
Yeah. Where are you at, Tree?
Yep. I am at currently. I'm looking up something. It says like John Harbaugh and Eric DeCosta are doing a press conference Thursday at 2:30, when it should be people getting fired. AAA. We're like a half hour behind. Chargers GM needs to look at as well, hiring Mike McCoy, Lyndon Staley over guys like Arians, McDermott, and Dable. Yeah, Tom Telesco, he's made some mistakes too. Like they're looking at him to be fired too.
Got fired.
It's because once again, Dean Spanos is spineless and he's too cheap. And I missed it too. Let's.
Oh, this is a good name here.
Your
Read
sexy,
this one.
friendly neighborhood sodomizing priest. And he has a little heart where it's that the sodomizing back. Oh, God. Remember when we usually saw the Colts, Patriots, or Steelers in the postseason? Good times don't last forever. Just ask these fan bases.
Yeah.
I remember there was a highlight on one of the NFL. The first time the Broncos, Steelers, and Patriots have all been out of the playoffs since 2000.
That's crazy.
At
Wow.
the same time.
Well, I mean, every year half of the league is going to miss the teams from the year before are going to miss the playoffs. It's not going to be the same cast. There's Bengal. Bengal's supposed to be able to join the show. I gave him a link, but I guess he's too cool.
They're not Gus
to
Super.
actually.
That's only for Stellars.
Camera up.
I don't blame.
No,
dude.
Bengal himself, the creator. He's in the chat here, but he's just. There's footage of him punting a ball today. I mean, the guy knows his kicking. Okay. The Simpsons since 90. Got my personalized black Jags Uche jersey this afternoon in time for Saturday's game. I'd laugh at the Seahawks getting trounced, but it's the same as watching Ralph Wiggum getting pummeled. Just sad.
Woof.
Game show gumbo. Chargers fall in poop. Classic form of comedy. Now's the part where we tilt our heads back and laugh. Ready. Dude, Bengal, you can join. I said it was a free form stream. Like people were supposed to be popping in at any time, but you guys just didn't understand the assignment.
Everyone doesn't understand the assignment. You were poor in directing, Mr. Teacher.
You didn't read the first email. That
I think you were very vague.
Is allowed to come in and come as you go, but it's all good. I don't think he wants to actually come on.
I don't blame you, dude. James Amadei, FSU basketball is joking.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into college basketball yet.
All I know is Pitt basketball is apparently not crap this year, and that's stunning.
I don't know what VCU did. Like, I only like, I'm your standard fair weather fan when it comes to college basketball. It's like right before the tournament, I start seeing what teams are hot so I can fill out my bracket.
That's how everyone is, man.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the tournament, wouldn't join. Oh, VCU beat UMass. Nice.
That's a good match.
That one guy, happy birthday, Tree. You have the same birthday as Trevor Bauer. Speaking of which, where do you think he goes if he gets signed?
Probably a younger team that needs something to prove. I mean, I think Jake Paul has the same birthday too, which is like, oh great.
Happy birthday, Jake.
Yeah,
but let's hope it's the Pittsburgh Pirates so we can get a really nice return for him at the deadline.
The thing with Trevor is it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, he only costs $700,000 and you get a $22 million pitcher. So I think, whatever team picks him up, they're getting tremendous value for that. I mean, the Dodgers are paying his entire salary.
They're going all in.
Who's that?
I see the Rangers going after him.
Yeah, they could. They could.
I mean, they've gone for DeGrom.
Yeah.
Gone for Eovaldi.
I mean, I as a Mets fan, I would take Bauer on the squad.
You would? As a Mets fan? I'm not a Mets fan.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, what are you, Yankees fan?
I am a Yankees fan.
He would not. I don't think he would fit in. Well, Garrett Cole.
No.
Garrett and Cole have major beef. Him and Cole have major beef.
5 points. How are you a Mets fan? I don't get this.
My dad is from New York, and he was a Brooklyn Dodger fan. And then when the Dodgers left,
Fair.
he was like, "Well, I'm not going to root for the fucking Dodgers. So he was like, all right, I'm going to root for the new National League team, the Mets. And so
That's fair.
that's how it is. Tree, can we get a FU Spanos for your birthday?
Fuck you, Spanos. Fuck you, Spanos.
Nick
Five
JK.
Stanley.
Yep. Happy birthday, Twee. Keep it up, babe. Kissy
Uh-oh.
face. eHarmony. Oh, so nice that the dating app has shown up. That Bengals play hurt. We had him. Brady getting rolled help, but still. Alex Schrader. Harbs won his Super Bowl because Giro forgot about Gore. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also the what's his name? Who is the defender that let that ball go by him in Denver? He just the ball.
Raheem Moore. Yep.
Yeah,
Raheem
yeah,
Moore.
he just forgot how to play defense.
Mhm.
God's butt monkey, not a random player this time, but a shout out to my personal all-time favorite player in any sport of the air on his birthday, linebacker Junior Seau.
Damn,
All right,
Junior Seau.
yeah, that was a
He was a
tragedy.
beast.
And Alan Nadeau says, breaking wrestling news: Jay Briscoe of the Briscoe Brothers tag team has passed away, rumored to be the result of a car accident. Yeah, wow, that's terrible news.
He's only
RIP.
38. Jeez.
Wow, gosh, he's Uche's age.
Mhm.
It's terrible. Terrible news. Christopher Brickner, thoughts on Jim Schwartz as Cleveland Browns' new DC?
He can't be worse than Joe Woods was, right?
I mean, Woods got fired expeditiously.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I'm not
they
shocked.
didn't
He
even
was
wait
bad.
for the
He
season
was
to be
bad.
over. They were just like, all right, fuck off. Oh, okay. Now he decides to set up his camera.
All right. All right.
Look at him.
You know what's funny is every time you do this, you love these free for all things, and you get mad at me. If everyone joins exactly when it starts, then you don't have a free for all thing. Then it's just a billion people at once. You got to stagnate it. Tree knows what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm
You
trying to say.
You got to go one at the Adam's like, I want 15 people to all join at once. I'm letting you do your thing. So I go in the chat. I see what's going on. You only have one person. I go, oh, it's plenty of time to come on. And we get to talk about our incredible athletic ability on Twitter videos.
Yes, yes. I mean, I know that you are an elite athlete for sure, Bengal. I've seen the footage.
Obviously.
I've seen you throw a football.
Have you, or have you seen the Phillip Rivers impression?
I didn't think that's not an impression, is it? That's you being an actual football player, right? I thought that was just you. Like Mark filmed you just throwing a football, and then y'all were like, "Oh, this looks like Phillip Rivers," and then you just turned that into a clip. That's what happened, right?
I don't know if this is a bit. I don't know if this is a classic Adam 5 points bit here. It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
It is.
Everything is a bit to me. Okay. No, I'm just saying, Bengal. I thought that was a serious clip.
Oh, no, it was Ravens Chargers 2017. I think it was Lamar Jackson's first playoff game. So it was maybe 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And it was horrific. And it was just Phillip Rivers just being awful. I think they still beat the Ravens anyway. And
yeah, I think you're right. I remember that game.
Yeah, I was at Mark's house, you know, the legendary Mets fan, giraffe neck Mark. And Phillip Rivers was just looking disastrous, like right before he left for Indianapolis. And we're like, you know, it'd be really funny if we went out and recorded one of those impressions. It was kind of like around the time that style of video is doing really well. Just like the quick one-off, like I think the batting stance videos were really popular at that time in baseball.
Guy, yes.
Batting stance guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we're like,
great.
you know, that'd be really funny. And then so I tried to get the Phillip Rivers thing down. And I think we had a good take. And the famous thing that Mark and I talk about is we set the over-under for the tweet. Like, how well do you think this does? And the over-under, I think, was set at like 90 likes, and Mark took the under. And then it did like,
oh, yeah.
And then it did like 30,000 or something like that.
Isn't that the most viewed video that you've ever made? Like, hasn't it gotten like 5 million views or something like total?
I think overall, yes, because like that's one of those things. It's been taken so much and redistributed on other platforms that like most people don't even know that was ever me at this point. Like sometimes I'll tweet it out and people are like, "Wait, that's you?" And I'll be like, "Yeah," and then we kind of go like through that.
My favorite thing about it is the footwork, of course, is just excellent. on it.
Mm-hmm.
But the simultaneous throwing and your head going back and your right arm disappearing into your sweatshirt. That was just, how did you guys not know that you had gold? Like, how did Mark not see that and be like, this is gonna pop? Like, I'm questioning Mark's judgment at this point.
Because it's not hard to see that became huge, but at the same time, that could have been those one-off like shit videos. It does like 30 likes and then like it just disappears forever. I think like the understanding virality sometimes is crazy. Like if you make a really good video, like obviously every time Tree posts, the haters guide, he knows it's gonna pop off. But if you try like a new crazy whatever,
yeah, that's true.
Especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, you have to remember, like sometimes the most successful things start out as random experiments. So that's how you have to see it.
That's true.
Sometimes stuff works out better than you expect. Sometimes like it's a dud or due to elements out of your control. It happens.
What has been the favorite thing you guys have ever posted? Not necessarily the thing that's done the most. It's easy to pick that thing because
somebody actually asked me that. For me, honestly, like personally, was when I went out to Denver or went out to Colorado, and there was that football field that was like a sticker patch in the middle of nowhere, and they took it and they installed a turf field. It was basically like the Field of Dreams in the middle of a cow pasture, and it was just an amazing experience. So I went out there. I stayed with Brandon Perna. Like we drove 3 hours to the middle of nowhere in Colorado. You get out there, there's nothing for miles. Like it's it's a rail stop town in the middle of nowhere. And you go out behind the school and there's a perfect, pristine turf football field out, and it was brand new, and like they let me like walk around it and run around and like have a good time. It was amazing, and the people were just lovely. Like that's one of my favorite like little pet projects that I've ever done. Ooh. What about you, Tree?
Oh, like if we're going on like random video like trip, I would have to say the Dallas trip, just because it was just an experience all its own.
I always want to know how Bengal wasn't there. How were you not at the SeatGeek trip?
I think it was based on people with like long haul. I think it was, or people with SeatGeek at the time, if I remember correctly.
I mean, they invited me. I'm just saying, like, why wasn't Bengal there? I'm still mad about it. I don't know why. What's his name? Brandon wasn't there either. That was disappointing. Well, but that was an experience.
Things get weird sometimes.
Yep. All right, Bengal. What'd you see on Sunday? What did you like? What did you dislike? What do you think about this team? What do you how you feeling heading into Saturday?
Well, I mean, obviously excited. We love the Giants here. Even Tree's a big Giants fan now, I hear. So
he's secretly a Giants fan, Tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So it's just good to see like a win again, right? Like, I don't know what your guys' expectations are going forward. Like, I don't expect a Super Bowl. I think that's crazy, right? But it's just so good to see success again. What do you got, Sam?
Bengal, I think it's one game at a time. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much. That's all you have to treat us.
But look, I expected going into the season 6 wins max. Look, this is a rebuilding year. I expect this to be like last year's Lions, this culture building. Dable. I was shocked with this playoff run so far. Look, I'm enjoying it. I'm going to enjoy the last possible second.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think, I thought this team was probably at least another year away. Same thing with the Jaguars. I think we're probably on the same boat there. Yeah. We've seen it with the Jags for a while now where it's like, okay, they spend big money in free agency. Looks like they put together a decent draft, and then it just doesn't come together. But I think this just further goes to illustrate that the most important thing you can have together on a team, even including quarterback, is a coaching staff. It turns a team from a 5-win team to a 10-win team. And I think we all kind of had a pretty good idea who the Vikings actually were. They were the luckiest team maybe in NFL history.
Well, I have to say that, though, speaking of coaching, I still say them firing Mike Zimmer was the best move of the offseason, because they're not 13-4 if Mike Zimmer's still their head coach.
Probably
they're
about
like
7-8 wins.
And they lose a bunch of games in humiliating fashion.
Yeah, and that's probably what takes the sting out of them losing in the first round, was that they were trash because of Zimmer. You know, like they were an underperforming team, and O'Connell got them to what was it, 13 wins, 14
Yeah.
wins,
Yeah.
something
I
like
mean,
that.
it was fraudulent, but
Uh,
still.
Yeah, and like
Hey,
you'll take that. That's a lot of winning, and that's a lot of being at the top of the league. But you know, the Giants really took advantage of a number one, a great matchup, right? And number two, like I said, Sam, earlier, is they're playing their best football now. And this is when you
Hey,
want it.
that's when you want to play your best football.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're healthy. That's the other thing, is like they're getting parts back. Were you about to say?
I was about to say, I'm like, when is the last time you guys saw a team that had 0 injuries coming into a playoff? 0. Not even in the practice leading up to it. 0 players on the injury report. It's insane. It's wild.
And they were banged up for most of the second half.
Is Azeez Ojulari ever going to play a full healthy season or game? I don't think that's
I
ever
hope
going to
he
happen.
does. I'm a big Aziz fan.
When he's out there,
awesome.
he's
an awesome
amazing.
player.
Yeah.
This team line is so much better with him. They have a real shot to win against Philadelphia if Aziz plays.
Even Kenny Galladay contributed. Not in
What a block.
actually catching.
What
Yeah,
a
what a
great
block.
block.
What a block by Kenny Galladay. So if he's going to contribute, my dad used to say with coaching, he's like, winning is about, it's not about getting your superstars to perform, because they're always your stars are going to star. It's getting the most out of everybody on the team. And that's the thing that Dable has done. He's getting contributions from everybody. When friggin' Isaiah Hodgins is the best receiver out there. Like, and Slayton as a bona fide number one. Come on. Like, this is crazy this time that we're living in. But and Richie James, what? Bengal, week 6, we wanted him off the team, right?
Oh, yeah, the fumbles.
Yeah.
Richie James is like, he's a fine player. Like, you know who Richie James kind of reminds me of in terms of like actual value in productions, like Jarrell Jernigan. Like, he's like, oh, he's cool because he's not supposed to be good, but he's had some okay games.
Yeah.
But he's like, you don't actually want him there. Richie James, best case scenario for the Giants, is like a good receiver, like 4 or 5 that returns kicks for you and doesn't fumble.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, he's more of like a cult hero. But yeah, I'm not going to be. I'm not big on Richie James though.
You know who Richie James reminds me of? Travis Fulgham on the 2020 Eagles.
Yeah, I give you that. I'll give you that. That's maybe a better comparison.
Well, little mic cut. The one thing though is like it goes back to Dable, right?
Nowhere has really good games for your.
Now you're cutting out, Sam. Yeah,
It's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I know how this is.
Somebody in his dorm is probably downloading a little
we call it internet.
Material.
It's that.
All right, Sam has been fired. He's now being replaced by what's up?
Hello.
Everybody showed up late, an hour late.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
all
the
about
only
the late thing, but you wanted. Should everyone come at the exact
Yeah, it said
start?
like if anyone gives me a stop by whenever time, then there's no way I'm gonna
Stop by whenever means be here,
look.
5 minutes early.
5. When Grossi does his charity stream, he doesn't have everyone come in all at once.
Well,
He
what do we do?
staggers them out over time.
No, okay. For
That's what
the
I'm saying.
media day last year, what did we do? We had everybody do 15-minute interviews.
It was like
right?
a block. That was
Right.
good.
Yeah, that was good. And then from 3 to 5 was completely open. And that hour was insane because Chiseled showed up. Everybody just randomly popped in. It got crazy. Okay. And I kind of dig the craziness, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, you need a little structure.
I remember you got kind of pissy when Bengal showed
I
up
was
late,
late.
which actually worked out
he was
because we
late.
needed somebody for that slot.
I'm just saying, if I
was late,
expect,
for sure.
yeah, if I expect you to be there at 12:15, please show up at 12:15. All right.
Okay,
Running-
Corporal.
but this
Okay,
running
Corporal,
a
man.
show
Okay,
here.
okay, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Coughlin time, baby. 5 minutes early is the. I remember Michael Strahan. He's like,
What is it? 5
Why
minutes
don't you
early,
just-
15 minutes late, or something like
yes,
that.
no.
Yeah.
If on time is late, he's like, you have to show up 5 minutes early. What's up, Lauren? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys? I'm happy.
Good.
Doing okay.
Understatement.
I'm not used to happy 5 points over here, so
All right.
Are
I
we
saw your
getting there?
reaction.
just
You know what
strange.
makes 5 points happy? Joe
What's that?
Shea and Brian Dable winning culture.
Yes,
Hell
that makes
yeah.
me happy, and showing up on time. when I expect you there at 12:15.
Boy, here we
Be
go.
there.
This
At
guy.
12. Lauren showed up.
Yeah, I was gonna
She
say
there.
I
She
can't
was
even
on
be part
time.
of
It was
this.
like 11 o'clock. She was right on time. Showed up.
Just
Okay,
not
Gene.
tonight. Cause see, when I don't have a set time, it's like game over for me. The procrastination just,
I got you. Let's read some super chats or we'll be here all night. Christopher Brickner, thoughts on Jim Schwartz as Cleveland Browns defensive coordinator. Just don't let him call any timeouts. Michael Quintana, hey Tree, what the music used when you talk about the Ravens and the Haters Guide?
Oh, that's Rome Total War, Journey to Rome Part 1.
Okay.
Just felt like it fit this sort of desolation feel.
David Crunch says, when I was a kid, I listened to the Elton John song "Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer," and I always thought he was singing "Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza." My child mind could only think of one thing: he must really love "Who's the Boss." Wasn't that on South Park?
I
Hold
forget.
me closer, Tony Danza. Crystal Walren says 4 missed PATs. Is Brett Maher injured or just washed? Maybe a combination of both. Right? That was hard to watch. Like a lot of my videos, that was hard to watch.
Somewhere in Detroit, Ninja is swelling with pride.
I just think that was unprecedented to miss 4 extra points. But they're still all right. Bengal, do you think you can kick a 35-yard field goal?
Just go out there right now and do it. One try.
I mean, okay, warm-ups, everything. Like if you had a day to warm up,
then go 1 for 4?
Yeah. Do you think you'd go 1 for 4?
I think in that environment, probably not, but just like out on some random football field, I think I could go 1 for 4 after a full day.
Sam, could you kick an extra pointer, 35-yarder?
If you give me a couple of days of practice, I could do it.
Okay. Lauren.
Now, yeah, you can go. Sorry.
No, you're good. I don't know. I used to play soccer. I wasn't very good at kicking the ball far though. I need a few reps for sure.
Okay. I mean, I'm giving you the best opportunity, like stretch and everything. Do that.
No
stretch
defensive
where you
line
stretch
too,
your legs.
right? Like just emptiness.
Just a free form kick, off a tee, even if you prefer, from the 25, right? That would be a 35-yarder, 25. Can you kick a 35-yarder?
Now I want to try. this.
All right.
I don't think it's
like
a given, by the way.
a
I don't want to brush it off like it's easy
Tree,
to do that.
I've seen
Going
you
to the field right now.
Here's how it's gonna be. Do you remember that clip from like Madden with a 0 kick accuracy and it just goes all the way off to the side? Think that's what's gonna happen. So that's gonna be a hard no.
See, for me, the answer is no. Like, I think I'm a decent athlete. Like, no way. I'm not kicking a 35-yarder. That is tough. That's not an easy thing to do. Like, that's something that, I mean, obviously Brett Maher, a professional guy in the NFL, missed four times in one game. It doesn't look easy. So I'm going to go no on that for me, even though I did see Mark Rober kick a 40-yarder. So
He did?
Yeah, in his video with Matt Prater, he kicks like a 40-yarder.
Nice.
I didn't even know that existed. I have to go watch that.
I gotta watch it.
He invents a machine that can kick a 90-yard field goal.
Damn.
All right, Lauren, I want to ask you. So I saw your reaction to the Giants winning, and this is a question for everyone.
It was
here,
fake. That's
except
what some
for-
people say. It's fake.
It's
How-
fake.
I can record myself after.
How on the verge of tears were you? Like,
Not
were you
like when you like are happy and your eyes are like a little like dry air, like you're like a little like moist.
I don't know what that's like.
Like, have you ever like
I've
had
never
emotions and
experienced-
stuff?
No,
I didn't
what are
actually
emotions?
cry.
Okay, Bengal. What about you on the 4th down stop? Any close to tears or just?
Oh yeah, dude, I had the tissues ready to go. No, I was.
Yeah, you're like I'm such a guy. I don't cry.
I got some tissues.
I
here
didn't
if you
cry
need
an
it,
old
kids.
yeller.
It was that dog's time to go.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think I was just kind of like relieved because what led up to it, the roughing the passer call got me like out
That
of
was
this world
BS.
mad.
Oh,
That was BS.
And it was right
yeah.
after the drop pass too. So combining those, it's like you're like,
was
oh,
a
we're just
roller
about to
coaster.
blow it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you should have heard my
Classic
best friend.
Giants
He's
right
like, my best friend who I was watching the game, he's like, we don't need to watch the rest of this shit. He's like, we can just turn it off. He's like, I know what's gonna happen next. You telling me that's a roughing the passer call? I was like, dude, calm down. We got this. Wink is got a solution for this. I was actually fine, like, because I saw how they played in the fourth quarter defensively, and you can tell they changed the pressure. They went from zone to man. I was like, yep. And they just, I mean, that's what we've done all year. Was Wink Martindale dials up the right coverage at the end, like, and we've been living by that, and it's just been good. It's been good. All right, let's get through some supers. Green Draco,
Right,
tree it up.
I have to go.
Oh, Sam. Okay, and yep, he's just in the middle.
Froze.
Yeah, that's an Irish goodbye.
Froze.
All right, Sam said he has to go.
Womp womp.
All right. Are we going to wait for him to complete the thought with that frozen?
We'll keep going here then. Tree, if it were up to you, would a fat big guy touchdown be worth 20 points? No. 21 points. 3 touchdowns.
What would you rather see? An offensive lineman pick up a fumble and run it for a touchdown, or Alejandro Kirk with an inside the park home run?
Ooh, honestly.
Definitely not that as a Yankees
Big
fan.
man touchdown.
Big
No,
man
honestly,
touchdown?
Yeah, fat guy touchdown. The only one I would really want to see do an inside the park home run, Bartolo Colon or Williams Astudillo.
Oh, La Tortuga?
Yes.
I see that.
Williams Astudillo would be a brilliant inside the park home run.
All right.
All right, before we go to the
Dirk
next round,
3K.
thanks for having me on tonight. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Sam.
I appreciate you, man.
Let's go, Giants.
All right.
Sam.
See you, bud.
Great seeing everyone. Great seeing you again. Lauren, great seeing you again. 5. Great meeting you, Bengal. That's
You
all.
too, Sam.
Sunday.
So,
Bring on the vibes. Let's go beat Philly. Let's go beat whoever we play in the AFC Championship. Let's get to the AFC Championship. Let's do it. Let's ride the vibes. Let's go, Giants.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
one question. I did want to say Dan Vogelbach, not an inside the park home run. All I want to see that guy is hit bombs. I don't want to see him run. He should not
Vogelbach
have
is
to run.
fast. I don't care what. Look, if you're an athlete, you
Hey.
play baseball, you run a lot. Actually, you run a lot. You're faster. You're faster than most people. Now, pitchers, maybe not. But if you're a position player, you can run. You can run. Dirk 3K says, "Happy birthday, Tree. May this year bring you joy." Also, grats to the Giants, Sir Baldy. Thank you. Kip Gaming, happy birthday, Tree. Here's to a Steelers Super Bowl next year.
Hey,
Bus
we're
Bear,
going Super
send
Bowl.
Jesus to me. Chargers choke game gave me rotavirus. Wow.
Oh.
How do you get rotavirus from a game?
It wouldn't
And-
shock me. I mean, if the Chargers could find a way to do it, they would do it.
Ryan Griswold, here's an interesting punishment request for clickbait. Tree has to trade in his Android for an iPhone 5. He has to talk like Beavis and Butthead.
I just got this phone. I'm not trading it in. Are you crazy?
Dude, my best friend has an Android and I'm iOS. I could not figure out how to open anything. Like
On iPhone, on Android, all you have to do is swipe and then just click the icon.
yeah, so you lost me at swipe.
See, swipe, look, swipe, roll down, swipe.
Which
Lots
folder
of
has all the dick
swiping.
pics in it?
That one is the
Yeah.
gallery. It's the
Okay.
gallery.
The cool thing about an Android is like it's like a mini time machine back to like 2011.
Hey, nothing wrong with 2011. I mean, the iPhone hasn't done anything since 2011. That's been revolutionary. That's all I'm going to say.
What were you doing in 2011? That was 10 years ago.
Giants made a pretty good playoff run that year.
Yeah, we did all right.
Steelers made the Super Bowl that year.
Oh yeah. No. Oh yeah, I guess technically.
Well, technically
2011.
2010 to 2011, and then
Yes,
they
2010,
lost to the
2011.
Packers. So
Yeah.
I would have had to hear Grossi's lording over me, and it would have been terrible. But in the meantime,
I'm assuming Lauren was like in high school in 2011.
2011. Wait, what year? 2011.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
was 11.
Oh,
I think
God.
because I was born in 1999 at the end, so
Oh,
like
we're
I'm the
so
same
young.
age of the year. That's how I can easily do it.
There you go. Let's preview this Phillies game, the Eagles game, and y'all can whatever you've done your time. You showed up whenever. The Eagles
Oh my
versus Giants. What is the realistic chances that you're giving this team? Bengal, go first.
Let me think about it. Let's go over to Lauren.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he's gonna pass the football to Lauren and
All
put
right.
her on the spot.
What do we call them? Realistic chances? What realistic chances?
I mean, like, what do you think? I mean, like, what's your take?
All right, my take is this. I don't put much stock into last week's or whatever, week 18 versus them because they really didn't have their playbook opened up. Like they weren't using their full playbook that game. It was a close game, but they weren't running with Hurts or anything. It wasn't their full playbook. So that doesn't like give me I don't feel any type of way about that game. It doesn't give me hope or non-hope or discouragement. I think they honestly like playing man to man, as scary as that sounds, versus AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, just to try to get home on Hurts. I feel like that's what's worked for this team. We've like lived and died by the blitz. So if they can't get home versus this good offensive line, I think they're kind of gonna be screwed. And I think the offense can do decent, but if you can't get a stop, then that was almost what happened versus the Vikings. Like the defense almost just couldn't get a stop. Like, and then if they couldn't get that final stop, possibility they lose. So they just got to get home versus Hurts. I mean, and also score points and also do a bunch of other things.
The only thing you can hope for is that Lane Johnson's still kind of banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lane Johnson. What a cool name. Huh?
That is, yeah.
Look at my Lane Johnson. Okay. Bengal.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a similar game plan. I think when you look at the Eagles and the Vikings, they've got similar front groups, right? They're very good. The Eagles are good throughout the defense, though. The Vikings don't really have a secondary, and we've seen teams pick them apart the entire year. The Eagles do have a secondary, which is why I'm a little bit worried. Seeing Evan Neal just get brutalized by Hassan Reddick this year, so I'm worried about that. Although it didn't see Danielle Hunter really affect the quarterback too much when the Giants played the Vikings. I don't know. I think it's going to come down to, can the Giants score enough points to get it done? I don't think they have the talent on defense required to stop Devontae Smith and AJ Brown and Dallas Goedert. And I think they're going to do a good job against the run, but you got to contain Jalen Hurts. I don't know. It's just, is their offense going to be able to put up enough points? The Eagles definitely saw what the Giants did this past weekend, so they're gonna know that they want to run with Daniel Jones a lot. Probably get a spy out there and see if they can contain him. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest.
Yeah, the thing is like after we beat the Vikings, like you start thinking, it's like, well, what if we beat the Eagles? Like you let
I was
those
thinking that today. I was like,
right. You let those
it's like the
thoughts...
Rangers, the playoffs last year. Once they beat Carolina, and then once they went up 2-0, you're like, I was happy with one playoff win, but like now there's 4 teams left, and maybe
right.
I don't want to think like that though.
Right, in a
that makes you
one-game
sad.
scenario, anything can happen. I'm with you guys. Like, I'm super cautious. Remember when that first game, the Giants got abused on defense, and it was just it was straight up power. That's all they were running was power, and they were running us over. And that is something that is unbeatable in football. If you cannot stop that, you're done. You're finished. So I think, Wink and Dable are going to put an emphasis on that. And they're going to say, all right, we got to bring guys up. We got to stack this box. And then that's going to open up the passing game. So like, it's like the Eagles can beat you in a lot of ways. Now, maybe they're off. Maybe it's like in 2011 where they just show up and they're off, like the Packers were that game where they just couldn't execute. That's the only way I think that the Giants can win, is if the Eagles just kind of just don't show up, or if there's some type of maybe they just drink standard Philly water and they just get sick. And I don't know. Like, yeah, you want to believe that your team is in it. You want to hope. Of course, when the game starts, when kickoff starts, you're going to be fired up. But the heart says let's win, the head says fuck. Like it's a bad matchup. Like if it was the Cowboys, be a different story.
Yeah.
Oh, if
Be a
it's the
different
Cowboys,
story.
I'm rooting for you guys to
Because the
crush 'em.
Cowboys really don't have an answer for Daniel Jones, right? Like, I mean, with the
They don't have an
running
answer
quarterback.
for
Like, yeah, maybe
shoot,
Micah
for
Parsons.
Dexter
Like, if you can
Lawrence.
just, yeah, if you can direct Micah Parsons to where he's past Jones, and you just have Jones take off, then it doesn't matter how good of proficient of a pass rusher he is. He's already missed his window. But to me, the Eagles, they have a lot of answers both on offense and defense. And Slayton versus Slay, the two Darius. You know, there's a ton of difference between. Oh my God! All right,
Bradbury versus
I'm
Hodgins.
gonna have to give up for that dad joke right there.
you kids and your dad jokes.
Uh-huh.
Five.
But yeah,
This is what
I mean,
happens when you
look.
overdo the dad jokes. Come on.
Look, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna get devastated if we lose. I'm always devastated every time we lose, even if it's week 3 or in the playoffs. But you know, we're playing with house money here. But why not go all the way? Why not? Why not?
Mm-hmm. That's how
All right, let's finish up this super chats and we can finish up this show. Zerthos XVI. I literally have no words for Maher missing 3 out of 4. It was actually 4 out of 5 extra points. All I'm gonna say is what goes around comes around. Maybe next week. Yeah,
maybe
he'll
you just
probably
had
hit
a
him
bad
all.
week. It
Yeah.
happens.
Dr. Hotel Mario, since 2016, we had fun making the bald man cry. Now the
Aw.
PNC hit us in the form of the Giants being relevant again. Also, happy birthday, Tree. Kyle
Sad.
Donovan, Jags beat the Chiefs for Uche, number 77.
I hope
And
so.
TT90, the only arguments more irrelevant in the grand scheme of the universe than sports arguments are iOS versus Android.
Thank you.
Not one product is suitable for everyone. All right, let's name it right now. Lauren, are you on iOS or Android?
iOS.
Okay, Bengal.
Yeah, iOS.
Your text come up blue. Tree, I already know the answer to the question because your shit is poor person green. When I
Poor
get your
person
text.
green. Poor
Uh-huh,
person
that's
green.
it. That's what it
Poor
is.
person green. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I find Apple products to be extremely overrated and overpriced. I'm
They
sorry.
are
I'm absolutely
overrated
sorry about
and
that.
overpriced.
Really sorry. Yeah.
And the only reason
Really
I
sorry.
don't switch-
I swear on the Christ, Lord itself, iPhones are overrated. And I will convert you all to the Android master race, and we will convert it all. We will enjoy that life, and we will bless with green texts and instant viability and customizability.
A lot of
Oh.
androids in the chat here. A lot of
Yeah, see,
Android
androids. Yes.
users. Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what, Tree. We have a in like my main friend group. We have one Android user in our group.
What about
chat,
your non-main friend group?
And
Do those friends know they're not the main friend group?
I think as you get older, you just like
You
it
just know
really
who your friends
condenses.
are.
You just
Yeah.
stop
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the tree. No pun intended. You cut off the branches, and then you just get the whatever you
Yeah.
call the main.
I
part of
feel
the
like
tree.
most people just grow
The
past
trunk.
each other like after
The
a
trunk
while.
of the tree.
You catch up like in 5 years, like, oh yeah, how you doing? That pretty much
The
like
middle
that.
part.
Appears in acquaintances, that type of
But,
stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
Yes.
don't like him like the other friends,
Yeah.
and he knows it.
Dude, I will run into people
disappointed
that
in
I
you, man.
used to see.
Disappointed.
This is what happens when
Fuck
you get
you.
older. You'll be at the grocery store and you'll run into someone that you worked with for like 4 years and you do not want to talk to them because they're going to ask you all these questions and you're just
Oh
like,
yeah.
I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Small
So
talk.
Gotta be on the
So
move.
sometimes I'm hidden on the other side of the grocery store so that they don't see me. Just like, fuck, I don't want to fucking talk.
What if they're saying it's like, oh, it's that asshole boss? I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, I was the asshole boss. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. The Mr. Yes, New York Super Bowl is a must. Sure, why not?
Oh Lord.
And Mr. Yes, how old are you now, Tree? Any thoughts on Pittsburgh almost losing to the Ducks but winning in OT? How old are you, Tree?
I'm on the wrong side of 30 now. I'm 35.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Gene is 48, right?
38 in the spring was the old meme.
That's right.
Yeah. So you still got a little bit of a ways to go, Tree.
Now,
Happy
give it
birthday,
some
by the
time.
way.
Give it
All
some
right,
time.
let's
There you go.
ask
Yeah, happy
Lauren.
birthday.
Lauren, how
Thank
old
you.
do you think I am? Ooh, loaded question.
Oh, this I cannot wait.
I cannot wait for this answer.
Oh god, I hate when people. Okay, first of all, I'm not good with age. Even if it's like a kid, like I have no idea if they're like 5 or 10. No, not 5 or 10, like 5 or
Yeah.
8, or even
Mm-hmm.
adults. Like, Okay, because then it's like if you do it wrong, it's like
No,
You
be
o-
as honest as possible.
if you overguess, then it's like, oh, so awkward.
Then you're good. If you underguess, I'm gonna be upset that you're being nice.
All right,
And
I'm gonna go
if
honest.
you didn't know
Right.
before you guess, Tree has, or 5 points has multiple kids who are not that far from our ages.
That's what I saw. That's what when you posted your son's
That's
yearbook
not
quote. That's what I
fair.
was just thinking. Okay, a son with a
Good,
high
you're
school
giving her
yearbook quote.
information.
No, but I saw that before. That was going through my head. A son in senior high school, I'm assuming. Okay. 52.
Yes. Yes. Woo!
Was
Yes!
that close?
It's a touch high.
Oh,
Yeah.
darn it. I was trying to think of my parents' ages, like when I was in high school.
You should have guessed 56.
52.
Wait, no, wait,
Damn.
52. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Sorry, because my parents are in their 50s and you're not as old as them. That doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna guess 70.
Stop.
You are right.
Stop, I threw
am
myself off. Stop, I threw
70
myself
years
off.
old.
Yeah.
I threw myself off with the high school thing because like my parents were like older when they had me, so they were like,
Oh yeah.
so you know. And then I was thinking of myself, but like I should have just base everything off myself.
So
Like,
5. When are you getting that AARP card?
47.
You're right. I'm 46.
Okay, I wasn't
So
that
you're
far
only off by a year, but 52.
52
someone
and
clip it.
46. 6.
Come on now, 52.
Well,
Five's
hey,
new
I-
nickname
that
is the
hurts.
B-52 bomber.
I'm not good with ages.
How much do you think I weigh? How much
52 points, Vids. There you go.
Let's play the guesser game here.
Now you're gonna bring in
everyone.
some women, have the line up and be like, and make me guess which ones are pregnant and which ones aren't. Like one of those things that they say, don't ask a woman if she's pregnant. Now
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
make
dude.
me show me
Oh, dude.
pictures of women. Say, are they pregnant? or
Nah,
are
you
they
just-
not?"
you go up to
sisters
them.
are both like 8, 9 months pregnant. So I mean, I don't know, probably.
No, the way that you do that, you go up to a woman that you might think she's pregnant. And you say, I see you're expecting. And she goes, I'm not pregnant. You're like, expecting inflation to come down. Come on now. Right?
Smooth as ever.
Yes. All right. Is Tree pregnant?
Oh, did you? How did you not figure that out? Ah, I was gonna save it. Ah, damn.
3 more supers here. Kyle Donovan says, put me in coach. I played lacrosse Duval. Kip's Gaming 5's age is old and bald. TT95 be like, how do you do, fellow children?
I mean, pretty much. You
That's
are
how
that.
I-
How do you do, fellow
No,
kids?
that's how I am interacting with all y'all. Cause you know, a lot of y'all creators or influencers are under the age of 30. I just feel like y'all's dad. Like I always dispensing advice, financial, legal, whatever. Like you guys treat me as the dad of YouTube, and I'm fine with that because I like being a father figure to y'all.
We are the kids you never wanted, 5.
Mhm.
The kids you never wanted.
Oh, this
Are
is-
you
this
trying to
hurts
prove him
here.
with the we, like
Hold
he's
on.
not 35.
I have not aged well for. Okay, y'all are saying I look like crap. Okay, for
I mean,
my
you look all right
46
for like 46. I'm gonna say you look fine.
Okay, that's like
you can
saying-
take care of yourself, brother.
The thing is you're just gonna look exactly like this for the next 30 years. So it's
Yes.
I've
only
looked
gonna
like
be,
this since I was 30. That's
Well, there you go. It's
Yeah,
gonna
that's what I
stay
mean. You're
here.
gonna look like this when you're 60, and then we'll go back and tell. It's like, did you
Mhm.
age?
Next year when you're 60, not anything's gonna change.
Yeah, I should dye the beard, and then you guys would think I was younger. All right, we made it to the end of the show. We normally bring in the peanut gallery, but we had a bunch of guests today. It was a pretty packed show. Thank you so much for coming on to the freeform stream.
I'm
having
triplets.
You guys
He's trying
did
so hard
exactly-
not to say anything
Yeah.
about being late. despite not having
No,
time.
I didn't give you a time. That's what I'm saying. I'm not upset about you showing up now. I'm just saying, you know, if next time I asked you to be there at 12.
You can't. You're holding something against me from a year ago is
Mhm.
ridiculous.
And I'm gonna hold it against you for the rest of your
Oh,
I'm gonna
trust me.
be
I'm just not
70.
going to show up then.
Trust me.
What?
Like for clickbait, we have gone off about stand up. He is the only one that has tried to lord that over me. That's all I'm going to say. He is petty as a motherfucker.
Because you made a promise. You said I'm going to use 5
Promise.
minutes of material.
You know,
Have
you know
you
what the
written
thing
a
is,
single
Tree?
line?
Old people are
No,
like
because
that.
I haven't had time.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
I
gonna have
haven't
to give it
had
back
time.
like
You're a
that.
YouTuber. You have all day.
All day,
To
dude.
do
I'm
everything.
sitting in front of a damn computer all day. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my videos take like 12 hours to record. You're in here, you write a 10-minute script, you outsource it, and then you tell me about this new stadium. Come on. I do the real tough work playing video
exactly.
games.
You write. I do my own writing. You have someone else do your own editing. I do most of my own editing.
Are you saying, Bengal, that you playing a Sporkle quiz is more labor intensive than me researching the hell
And the
out
editing
about
wise
videos?
could be.
Also, you take an upload I do like once every few months. That's cherry picking. Go talk about the 4-hour videos. I guess that's cherry
true,
picking too.
I will give you credit though. The rebuild videos do take a lot of time.
No, but yeah, it's not so bad.
I'm always impressed at how you're able to just shotgun and go. Like I could never do that. I cannot just start talking and make watchable content.
I think when you get to a certain age, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Maybe if you were, closer to my age, you'd be able to do it.
Yeah.
Listen,
I feel worse about my guess.
What? Oh, you don't feel bad.
Conscious about this?
No. You're fine. I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be on time, like, show up. Don't guess about.
It's just him being an asshole. Ignore him, Lauren. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm gonna say. This is all.
I thought this was at Bengal. I thought this wasn't at me.
Well, I mean, both of you. It's fun.
I was just sitting here obliviously.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. He didn't used to be at me. Ever since he turned 50, he's just been stick up his ass.
Yeah. It's kind of dropped. The retirement's going to be held a few years. He still has to wait for that AARP card and Social Security. I completely get it.
I'm a get off my lawn type of guy. All right, that's all I got to say. All right, we got a couple. All right, can we end the show, Mr. Yes Tree? Will you be the new Medocore?
Metaker? Mr. Metaker? Yeah, so I'm going to go off and laugh at like weird people.
TT90 Tree, I'm turning 30 next month. My question to you, 5. When was the moment that you truly felt old? Because I surely feel it. Now when I can't see anything up close. Like I actually have to put readers on. Like that was very humbling. Like because like y'all think that this will never be your life. Someday
it'll come for all of us. Trust me.
Yeah, I used to be young and handsome like you, Bengal, and look at me now.
Like me, I'm only young.
Okay, yeah. So, and he's apparently humble. All right, Kevin Von Michael Magnum. Yes, next week if Jax wins, I will wear Uche's Jags jersey for humanity. I will be inspiring as a Titans fan. All right, yeah. Sorry, man. We're just gonna go ahead and end the show. We'll get you on next week. We'll get you on next week regardless, Kev. All right, whether they win or lose. So I appreciate you. All right, Tree, you got anything coming out? You got anything to say?
Well, I'm doing a quick congrats Bucks. It's just like a random highlight vid of how bad they were this year. So, basic stuff. Nothing crazy.
Bengal, what you coming out?
I'll probably spend I think after I get off the stream, I'll probably take 8 or 12 minutes, record a Sporkle quiz video and shit that up. Post that up.
5 was handsome? Oh, okay. No, I wasn't ever handsome. Lauren, you got any videos coming out? You're gonna shower for 15 consecutive days or something? I did see that video. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Was that a video?
No,
yes. What did you do? You took a cold shower or something?
Yeah, I did a cold shower every day for a week.
I thought like shower for 15 days.
I thought this was going in a very different direction.
I take a shower.
My OnlyFans. It's my secret OnlyFans. Yeah. No, just kidding.
I do have an OnlyFans.
You can't make the OnlyFans jokes though, because then people actually
they'll start looking you up and they'll be like, huh.
Yeah.
And they're like, where are your OnlyFans, Tree?
In my DMs.
Nobody wants that.
Speak for yourself.
No, what you got coming out, Lauren? I hope I didn't make this awkward, but everything I did.
No, you didn't. You did. Okay. No, I do it all the time.
Classic creepy old man.
Yes. I know. Okay.
Start conversation.
Call the police.
The OnlyFans joke. I made it. No
Oh.
free feet pics. No, I'm just kidding.
I've got some.
Oh, 5 is showing his feet for free.
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
somebody in
For-
the chat asked to see my feet, but
Yes.
that was
No, that's like I didn't realize that was a good thing until I started.
Okay. Now
doing
people
YouTube.
are in the chat asking me if I have an OnlyFans now. Oh God.
Well, do you?
No.
all right. Seriously, Lauren, do you have anything coming out? before this-
Yeah.
before we
So
get
I was
canceled?
supposed to put a video about Tom Brady up today, but then I started getting chest pains, and my dad was like, "Are you having a heart attack? Do you need to go to the hospital?" So then I got
Really?
distracted,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, "I think I was just telling you just as a conversation, not because I thought I was having a heart attack." So
Okay.
then I WebMD'd myself, chest
And you have
pain,
cancer, right?
and my heart's going to like explode. So
Okay. Well, that's what.
so
the
hopefully
Giants
that
do to
video will
people.
be up tomorrow.
Okay.
That'd be a very interesting line. Who has a heart attack first? 5 or
Okay. All right. We will see you all next week. Thanks for coming out. Thanks everyone. Thanks Sam, and thanks Tree.
Yeah.